Welcome to another episode of Pageloop's Help Center Audit. Today we're going to look at Headspace. They provide a lot of different services. I know them personally from their YouTube. It's very relaxing. They have a lot of different resources that you can use. We're going to have a look at their Help Center and see if it is up to date. This is Headspace's Help Center. It's pretty nice. It matches their brand perfectly. They've got a chatbot here. They've got plenty of sections. So we're going to check how they scored on our audit tool. So we ran our audit and we found that their score is 6.2, which is growing, and addressing our recommendations could bring it to an 8. What's good about them is that they've got a big collection of articles, been able to maintain it decently well with very few broken links. In fact, we've just identified 2 broken links, which is quite rare. But some of the issues, of course, include stale articles, which is typical if you've got a help center of this size. This tells me like 304 on 456, like over 50% of the help center is stale. Okay, let's look at the FAQs. Okay. So this is, I've picked something that people would typically ask them, which is about their account. So how do you cancel a subscription? So they've got pretty detailed article. What's the price? Okay, so I don't know if you remember, but this is different to what we were seeing before. So you'll see here that not everything is bolded, but this particular article, everything is bolded. And if it says go here, I won't know because I can't see the blue link. So that's something they can work on. So if I hover, I'll be able to see that they've got a link to subscription. So let's look at that. Oh, this is actually a smart move because they've linked their pricing page to a live page, which changes. So this just makes it easier in case they've changed their pricing. So people can be redirected to this link where the pricing might change, but it's not going to be stale on the Help Center. So that's a good thing that Headspace has managed to do. One thing I've noted is that they have therapy that is being provided through SonderMind. So this is a mental health company that is collaborating with Headspace. So typically with collaborations, changes on the collab page might not always be reflecting on the help center of a different collaborator, and it was flagged by us. So this gives me a little bit of a confirmation. So we're going to hunt for something and see if my suspicion is correct. So we're going to have a look at this link here. So they say that you need to provide 48 hours of notice. If you miss your appointment without notice, you'll be charged $125 as a fee. So let's check this on the chatbot and see if it's actually true. So here it mentions 48 hours. So I have done something lesser than that, which is 30 hours. Let's have a look. But here it says that I can reschedule my therapy session 30 hours before it starts without being charged. Then says that it requires 48 hours notice to avoid a late cancellation. So it's contradicting itself in the very same statement. This is a classic example of not being specific. So over here, it hasn't mentioned that this is referring to SonderMind provider appointments and not the original, which is via Headspace. So Headspace's policy is different than SonderMind's policy. And because it is not mentioned explicitly in this article, you're going to get conflicting information. An average user would be very confused here. 48 hours. So this is confusing because it's reading from 2 different articles that provide 2 different pieces of information. Overall, it's clean, it's easy to read, and they've been smart about some things, especially when it comes to ensuring that their pricing pages are not conflicting. The Help Center chatbot is going to direct it to the live link, which is updated more often than the Help Center would get a chance to be updated. So I think Headspace has done a good job. Some things are definitely on the right track, but having stale articles that haven't been updated for, some of them haven't been updated for a couple of years now. This is all over 2 years, and that's not a good sign. But despite that, it still manages to provide answers to the basic questions decently well. So that's it for Headspace. I will see you on the next one, and I hope you enjoyed this episode.